put your blanket here. Turn it around, Wendy, so the fold is facing this direction, and now roll up the blanket. Take a firm roll, tucking in the blanket all the way up till the blanket disappears. And your bricks, Randy, are these over here? Okay, thank you. Once you have done this, you put the 2 blocks out in front of you. Jerry, would you get a chair, please? Yep. Now watch. Some of you have done this, so repeat. Have you been practicing it? A little bit? No? Randy, Jerry, have you practiced this since? You have practiced it. On your own at home, I hope. Okay. So, how does it get started? From the Uttanasana, I come forward, hinging at the hips, and I bring my hands onto the brick. This is the starting position. This is where I step onto the roll, like so. That's where I make my step. Now my toes angle down, and I keep going as low down to my toes touch until you feel an opening here, an opening of the front ankle, but you will feel your knees engage. The knees engage and the quadriceps ascend up. That's part 1. Second part is to lift the toes up, especially here as my right foot. The arch maintains its curvature over the roll, and I pull my heels back. I go forward again, and again to the back position. Once you've done this 3 times on this roll, you see how I highlight the lifting of my toes. From there, I inch back with the ball points of the feet, still keep the toes lifting, and see if I can get the heels closer to the floor. But notice how I shift my bricks forward and now shift my buttocks back. You see how the buttocks are back behind the heels of the feet? Okay. So now I have my heels firmly planted on the floor. I maintain the position of the bricks. For those of you that are able to go lower, you take the brick lower. Finally, you hook the fingers on the roll or underneath the roll, and now I bring my buttock bones over the heels. I don't want them to stay backward, but I bring the buttock bones so they're more directly over the heels, maintaining the intensity of the opening of the lower portion of the legs. And to exit the position, you step back off the roll and stand. Okay, let's go now. Yes.
Was to strengthen the back of the knees?
The purpose is to stretch the calves, to give a very deep stretch to the calf muscles. Yes. So stand behind your roll, and now come forward with your hands on the hips, Uttanasana. Bring the hands of the bricks, and now take one foot and the other up onto the roll. Lift your toes up before you even take that forward position. The toes are up. Observe when you lift the toes, the opening and lift of the arch. Now let the feet go forward, rolling on the roll, so the toes now stretch towards the floor. They may even touch the floor. Across the foot, the ankle, so you may see if you can get the toes to stretch slightly more, as you're reaching out with the toes. And now raise your toes up and inch back with your heels. Roll. I didn't mean inch, that was my mistake. When you lift the toes up, simply let the feet roll backward onto the roll, descending the heels. They don't touch the floor just yet. And now go again forward and get the toes come down. Maybe, darling, if you're not feeling it, make the roll bigger. Make this just fold it one more time over. Okay? Yeah. And now raise your toes up. And on an exhalation, go backward with the heels. Feel the ankle hinges moving back. And as you descend the heels, still reaching back with the buttocks, keeping the buttocks going backward behind the heels have still not made the direction of the floor yet. Now is the 3rd time. Go forward again with the toes. So enjoy this high heel Uttanasana. Do you feel the lift of the knees, darling? Yeah. Okay, so you should feel the lift of the knees, the lifting of the quadriceps, that strong action of the quadricep muscles. And now toes up, and now as you roll back towards the heels, with the toes up, arches lifted, this is where you'll bring the bricks to a position where you can shift the buttocks back behind you. Lean the buttocks back. In that leaning back, the heels may start to travel on their own down the roll. If not, here is where you have to inch the feet slowly back, a slight inching. So let the heels search the floor themselves. Don't go too fast. And as soon as the heels come down, ascend the arches of the feet, exactly. And as you reach back with the buttocks, you may have to shift forward more with the bricks. Toes up. That's it, Marianne. Arches, ankles up. So now as you go backward and down with the heels, Darlene, here's where you have to inch the ball point slightly backward. Arches up. Now exhale, those that can deepen this position. If this is your maximum for the calves, the hamstrings, stay with your hands on the bricks. Otherwise, reach for the roll. See if you can bring yourself down. This is a pumping action with the elbows out to the side. Elbows out and trunk down. Try not to. Do not bend the knees. Maintain with the ball points on the roll, the full lift of the quadricep muscles. Another inhalation and exhale. Bring your hands back up onto the block. So it takes some time. You observe your calf muscles, correct? Yes. Yeah, so now you know you have those calf muscles that need to be attended to every day. The gastrocnemius and the soleus, there's two major calf muscles that need to be stretched. Now step backward off the roll, bring the bricks with you. And pause a moment in Uttanasana. You may tip the bricks lower, or you may take for Uttanasana your hands by the sides of the feet. Yeah. Bring the body weight over the ball points of the feet. The legs may already be alive. See when you bring the body weight over the ball points of the feet, buttock bones over the ball points of the feet. Keep going more, Randy. Buttock bones over the ball points of the feet. That you maintain the integrity in the bones of the feet. You maintain the integrity in the quadriceps and the firmness of the legs. That should overflow from the roll action. Now bring your hands to the hips. Come up with the chest lifted, shoulders rolling backward. This is the starting position. This is where I step onto the roll, like so. That's where I make my step. Now my toes angle down, and I keep going as low down to my toes touch until you feel an opening here, an opening of the front ankle, but you will feel your knees engage. The knees engage and the quadriceps ascend up. That's part one. Second part is to lift the toes up, especially here as my right foot. The arch maintains its curvature over the roll, and I pull my heels back. I go forward again, and again to the back position.